Welcome to another episode of What If There's a Better Way. I'm your host Leah, and this is another mini session. Today's topic is about the delicateness of humans. It's very paradoxical because at the same time we are all very resilient. But where this delicateness comes out very apparently, at least in this work, is when we are trying to resolve trauma and we need to go incredibly slow. So why do we need to be so careful? Well, we don't know everything that is stored inside of us. We might have forgotten many things, but we definitely don't know what kind of impact it had on us. To keep ourselves safe in these endeavors, which is very important, we need to go incredibly slow. So another word in somatic experiencing for that is titration, drop by drop by drop. It comes from chemistry, and it is where you put two substances together in a titrated way. So in a very slow, deliberate way, so that the possible reaction that would happen if you put everything together at the same time does not happen. And in the same way, we do not want to blow up our system. It's not beneficial. It's not beneficial to dig up your deepest, darkest wounds and to try and pray them out of yourself in a weekend, in a day, in an hour, in even a year. It just does not help you. The consequences are too big. When doing this work, there can really happen the worst of the worst. And we don't want that. We want to avoid that as much as possible. If your psyche splits, not beneficial. If your body decides to let some kind of thing out or have an autoimmune flare, or it's so hard to say what could happen because there's so many possibilities, right? People from anywhere of the world could possibly listen to this, and everybody would have had a completely different experience. It is so vast. So, right, there's emotional abuse, there's physical abuse, there is poisons, there is intergenerational things, there is accidents, medical procedures, I don't know, being struck by lightning. If your body was not able to fully recover from them and then suddenly you let the whole thing out, it could be very dangerous, right? So again, we don't want that. We want to keep the people safe. So it is very important that you go very slow. And at the same time, there is also a process that's very important for you to find out how slow that slow really is. You could be starting out as a very good student, going through this material as much as possible, learning as fast as you can. And then you try and implement, okay, no, I'm actually tired. And start stopping the recording instead of listening to the end. And you might continue doing that for even years. And you still feel like, oh, everything's too much. And you go down, where you just land at 1 minute a day, let's say. And that could be just right. And there could be people where even that's too much, where maybe a minute a week is just right. It's completely possible. Or there could be scenarios where I don't know, it could just have been something in your life that happened. It could have been a session that you did. It could have been just after a practice, or your body just naturally let out something. And you need a break for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year. Completely possible. Listen to your body. And at the same time, right, our body, humans are very resilient. You can keep all of this survival stress and patterns stored inside of yourself for many decades and generations. And they finally come out when it is safe enough and they can't come out on their own. But with this kind of intention to work on these things, of course, it's like putting the flashlight on those kind of topics. Of course it helps.